Hi everyone and welcome to Lost Boy. My name is Jamie, for those of you that are new here, and for those of you that are returning, thank you for all of your support. This is going to be a general message. It's intended for whoever needs it. Take the messages that resonate with you in your particular situation and drop the ones that do not. As always, my website is down below if you're interested in booking a private reading with me. Yeah, I think that's all I had to say. But yeah, let's get right into it. We're going to begin with the tarot dice. This section might be a little loud, so I recommend lowering the volume if you are sensitive to sounds. Universe. What is going on in the energy? And what is it that the collective needs to know at this time? I just heard somebody here was given multiple chances and multiple opportunities to come clean and do the right thing, but they still chose not to. They still chose not to. We have Aquarius energy here, Sagittarius energy here, even a little bit of Libra energy. Somebody here was given every chance and opportunity to rebalance the scales or to give back something here that they may have taken. Somebody chose not to do the right thing to reconcile a situation here. They felt like their shit don't stink with this Five of Wands reverse. They felt like, why would I need to do that? Because they didn't want to afford you some kind of victory here. Again, still with this whole notion and idea of thinking that you don't deserve something. Seven of Swords. Someone highly deceitful. Someone here who purposely went out of their way to sabotage you, and then when they got caught and they were told to rectify, to reconcile the situation, to bring in balance, they chose not to. And they probably thought that they got away with it. And I don't think that they have. We have the Nine of Swords here. That's guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. Now they're having nightmares. Because now things are not working out the way that they want it to. Because they're being put under judgment. The trumpet is being sounded on their ass. Why? For lying, for manipulating, for being delusional. You know, for coming up with some kind of righteous reason as to why they don't owe you anything. Even though they were already caught. They were caught already. They were told to reconcile this. They were told to make amends. They were told to do the right thing. We have the Seven of Pentacles here sideways. You know, that Seven of Pentacles talks about reevaluating a plan. Or it talks about supposing you're supposed to reevaluate the plan, right? How can I get more fruits to my labor? How can things go better for me? This is about clearing one's conscience and clearing one's karma. Somebody did not think that something was going to come back to bite them in the butt. They thought that it was done and over with. They did not heed the warning. They didn't think that their plan needed to be reevaluated. They thought that what they were doing was right, that they were on the right path, even if it meant sabotaging you. And that's where they went wrong, because they sabotaged you. All for their own, I don't know, to get their rocks off, to feel better about themselves. I don't know, somebody here was holding on to some kind of vendetta. Somebody here was being overtly competitive in an unhealthy way. We have the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Cups reversed. Somebody's losing everything now. They're going through misery. They're going through misery for what they did to you. And I don't even think you know what this is, what they took from you, what they stole from you, what they were supposed to reconcile. Some of you might have a little slight clue, but I feel like it goes much further and much more deeper than that. That's why the trumpet is being sounded. Somebody is very immoral, very unjust. They don't care about the rules. They don't care about the laws, whether in the physical world or in the spiritual world. Four of Pentacles. I don't know, somebody is going to be forced to let go of something that they were holding on tightly to. And whatever this thing that they took from you, it gave them this, like, grandiose feeling about themselves. Like, they felt like they were the top dog type of energy. Nine of Cups reversed, King of Cups sideways, and the Three of Wands reversed. This person's not going to be able to move forward. Things are going to be placed at a standstill for this person. And now they're wondering why. Because forces greater than them are at play here. This is the universe sitting them down saying, yo, you thought you had more power than me? Or God? Or the universe? However you guys identify with Source? Somebody did something here because they were unhappy with themselves in their current situation. They were unable to chase their own dreams. Whatever they took from you, maybe it had something to do with you following your dreams, you following your wish fulfillment, and it's like they didn't want you to be happy. They didn't want you to receive this because it's not fair. It's not fair that you get to be happy and they don't. Again, who the fuck are they? Who the fuck are they? Well, they wanted misery so bad. I mean, they only had short-term happiness here, because I feel like that's slowly being taken away. And you're still getting the victory here. No matter how much you try to cover it up, you're still getting that victory. They've been caught, and now they're being double caught. They're being double caught for the same crime. Again, could be a physical crime or a spiritual crime. Double caught. Double caught for doing the same thing over and over again. This is like double dipping type of energy. Universe. Tell us more, please. Universe, tell us more. We have rejection and guilt. Okay, so somebody's pissed that you rejected them, that you rejected their guilt trip, that you rejected being stuck, tied down, chained. You didn't want to be somebody's servant here. Somebody definitely looked at you as less than. They wanted you to feel out of place. They didn't want you to succeed. Because look at this artist here, with all these spirits of doubt floating around him. I feel like you've been dealing with an individual, or this could even be a group of people who, I wouldn't even call them individuals, I would just call them mirror images of themselves. Copycats, mimickers. You know, people who follow the status quo, whatever the hell that means. Right? People who are slaves to their own addictions. I mean, look at that lady back there just sipping her vodka, right? And I believe that is vodka. My camera can't zoom in enough. It's vodka. This bitch is back here drinking her vodka, hoping that an earth angel, hoping that somebody kind will just take care of them, always. And maybe you decided not to. Maybe you're like, you know what? I've done enough. I feel bad for you. But this can't continue to go, because now it's coming at a cost to this person. It's costing them time, it's costing them energy. And I'm not trying to take anything away from anybody who's dealing with any substance abuse issues, but you have to understand it does become a burden to those who are generally trying to help you if you are unwilling to help yourself. But what happens is, when people are under those substances, when people's brains are all messed up, right, they take it as an act of you personally attacking them by you no longer wanting to put up with their shit. So what they do is they try to make you you know, feel rejected from what it is that you're doing, right? Because they have nothing else better to do with their own time, but instead they make you an enemy trying to get this sick revenge on you. All because you don't want to be somebody's parent. That's really what this energy is. Somebody wants you to parent them. They want you to take care of them. They want you to look out for them. They want you in servitude while they waste away. And when you reject that notion, when you reject that idea, that's when the attacks start happening. That's when they start to try and creep in. Right? These people get extremely creative. Look at this. Confusion's at the bottom. And bittersweet. Right, it's bittersweet. It's a bittersweet ending. It was a bittersweet goodbye because you generally do have feelings for this person. But it comes to a point where it's either them or you. So then they try to create all this confusion here. Trying to claim that you're the bad person. You're the bad guy. You're the bad girl. You don't deserve all the good things that are happening to you because you left them in a time of need. There's a miracle that is happening here. There is a tremendous, gigantic miracle that is happening here. You could have even warned somebody or even warned this group that if they keep going the way that they're going, shit's gonna hit the fan. It's so interesting, too, because it's giving the energy of these people wanted you to be at their servitude, right? To be by their side, to take care of them, to support them. But when it came to you, they didn't reciprocate that energy. Instead, they just took and stole and just continue to take from you, continue to block you, continue to cast doubt, fear, to stop your forward movement. All based on lies. All based on lies with this Queen of Swords reversed. This could be a feminine, doesn't have to be, or it could just be a man who is acting like a bitch. I've seen plenty of those in my time. Whew, collective, this energy feels sassy. Some of y'all could be feeling sassy right now, or you're just not taking any shit. I just heard entering your villain era. I don't know, maybe you're entering your villain era. You're embracing that. You're like, you know what? I can't be everybody's hero. Universe, tell us more. Thoughts in the reverse. No, these people can't think for themselves. They don't have an original thought. They don't have an original brain. House. This has to do with the house here. Something's happening in the near distant future. I don't think you're expecting what's about to happen. Because, like I said, what's about to unfold is some kind of miracle. It's happening in the near future. This has to do with your stability. It has to do with your foundation, where you are planting roots. See, here's the problem. People are so quick to attack, so quick to talk shit, that people don't, they don't think about the consequences to their actions. They're so quick and so impulsive, they don't think. They don't think about the after effect. They don't think about the aftershock. Universe, tell us more. Coven in the reverse and high honor. Somebody was trying to take away your high honor. They were trying to stop you from succeeding. They didn't want you to win at whatever it is that you were doing because, I don't know, you obviously, bittersweet, you obviously said goodbye to this person. You cut the tie. You cut the cord. They didn't want you to win. They didn't want you to succeed. They didn't want you to have this high honor. They didn't want you to receive any recognition for what it is that you were doing, for the life that you're trying to build for yourself. We have a wealthy man, a mature man, and a main man. There's a whole lot of men all up in here. There's a whole lot of men, and community in the reverse. There's a whole lot of men in here. They didn't want you to receive high honor. They wanted you in servitude to them. I don't know if this is like some sexist bullshit of people having these old ideas that something here about a trad wife. I don't know if somebody here wanted you to be a traditional wife. Or even if you are a man dealing with other men, like this is people who just look down on you, thinking that you weren't as deserving as them. Either way, something here is not over. Whatever these people thought that they ended for you, I feel like it's just begun. You are still going to receive that high honor. This 27 breaks down to a 7. 7s are from heaven. This is divine intervention. They could have even been running their mouth, trying to guilt trip other people to get support on their side, to go up against you in order to create some kind of doubt. Universe, give me one more, please. Give me one more, please. '21 family room. Again, this high honor is still here at the bottom. This could even be individuals that, you know, was once in your circle, once in your group. There was that community card. I don't know if this is family or a close group of friends or even business partners or colleagues at work. Like maybe you've been at some place for a while. That wealthy man, that main man, that mature man, community in the reverse, a mature woman, poverty in the reverse. This could even be people who wanted you to be impoverished. They wanted you left out in the cold. Why? Because you wouldn't serve them anymore? I can't stand people like that. I can't stand people like that who think that they're God's greatest gift to the earth. Like, bitch, please. This is my deck that I'm working on. It's not finished yet, but I am going to use it for now before I pull out the tarot. Universe. Please give us some more information, please, about these petty-ass bitches. Toxic couple, blocking opportunities, all because they're envy. This is a romantic relationship with persistent patterns of negative and harmful behaviors that negatively impact the well-being of one or both. So these people can't even stand each other, whether it's a couple or whether it's a whole group. It's very much toxic, with persistent patterns of negative and harmful behaviors. Right? So they're trying to get you to be trauma bonded to them. And because you refuse to be of service, because you refuse to do what they told you to say, what did they do? They decided to block opportunities. Doesn't like what you're doing because they can't. And these are people who hate to see you happy because they're not. They're not happy with the choices that they've made in their life. So they're highly envious. Discontented or resentful longing aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities, or luck. That's why they tried to dumb you down. Because it made them feel better about themselves and you were taking care of them. Because these people are aroused by your possessions, your qualities, and your luck. They have this longing to be everything that you are, to embody the energy that you do, to possess the aura that you carry. Something here about binoculars. These people have been watching you from afar, trying to stalk you, trying to see what you've been up to. They're a creep. They're very unpleasant, awkward, very unsettling. Universe. They thought that they ended something for you, but the joke is on them. Wow, these could even be people who are swingers, polyamorous, multiple partners, filled with delusions and illusions, cloudy judgment, airhead. They live in La La Land. These people could even have a prior record. They could be a criminal or a felon here. Resistant and adverse to change, prefers the status quo, avoids new situations or processes. They don't like to be questioned. They're dead set in their ways. These people will not change. They're adverse to change, very resistant to their own trauma. Well, that's the way we've always done things. You know, this could even be like a whole family situation. You could be the youngest, right? And they're like, well, that's just your role because you're the youngest. We all went through it type of energy. And it's like, no, bitch. No, bitch. Just because you didn't find your power doesn't mean that the collective can't. This could even be somebody here who was... we did have all those men involved. I don't know if this is a whole... the swinger polyamorous group here that... I don't know, was trying to get you involved in the whole situation, but you wanted nothing to do with it, and you're like, no, I'm all set. I don't know. This is already very weird and strange energy. There's definitely a lot of men involved. Maybe this is a group of men that try to get women or get people to be in, I don't know, swinger shit, or to be one of their multiple different partners. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of drinking here involved, though. Universe. 7 of Cups reversed. The confusion's being cleared up. I don't know if this is a whole group of men, maybe, that were trying to court you and date you, trying to rope you into some kind of... I don't know, it's feeling like some kind of sex cult. And maybe you denied all of their advances? I don't know, maybe they're holding a grudge because they feel like you're too good for them? Again, very delusional. Like, take the L and move on. Right, not everybody is everybody's type, so I don't get it. Not everything is for everyone. If that's what you want, there are people out there that want that. Go find that. But no. These are people who have been through their own trauma, through their own negative patterns. And they're very much about the status quo. Universe. Tell me more. You know, you should be very, very careful with whom you share your energy with whom you allow into your aura, with whom you spread your legs for, or with whom you decide to stick it in. You should always be very, very careful. And I'm not saying you need to be some kind of saint, but 7 of Pentacles reversed and the 8 of Swords. Somebody here was told to reevaluate their plans. They were told to stop what they were doing. They were told that what they were doing was not going to lead to any fruits. They were not going to receive any success, but they didn't listen. They doubled down, maybe because they're delusional, and maybe the reason why their judgment is cloudy is because they're always inebriated, always intoxicated on whatever substance they choose to do, whether it's alcohol, whether it's drugs, both street kind and prescription. People will abuse anything nowadays. They will. Or maybe it's air duster, right? What people used to do back in the day when I was in school. People would buy the cans that you could clean keyboards. I'm like, why would you do that? You just look so stupid. But I digress. And now somebody here is locked in some kind of mental prison. If some of them are not even going to go into actual prison here. For trying to block your opportunities, for not giving back something that they took from you. They were warned already. They were told to make amends. And maybe they claim that they would in order to get a lighter sentence or in order to be put on probation. But they never followed through. Universe. The Three of Swords. And the Seven of Wands. They thought if they had blocked your opportunities, they thought if they rejected you or made you feel rejected, that you would come crawling back, that you would be heartbroken, that you would be impoverished with that poverty in the reverse, that you would be impoverished. But you're not. But you're not. Somebody only ended up shooting themselves in the foot. They only ended up betraying and rejecting themselves. They betrayed their own humanity. And honestly, I think they're more sad that they got caught than for what they actually did. Page of Swords. This is news. This is news traveling fast. Somebody here has definitely been doing some kind of investigating work. This could even be like, maybe this group here was under surveillance by a private investigator. And the private investigator literally told them, hey, you know, I've seen everything that you're doing, and I'm going to give you, maybe this private investigator was hired by this group to go after you, to find some kind of damaging information, because that's what toxic people do. That's what toxic, envious people do who try to block opportunities. Obviously, they have eyes on you with the binoculars. Maybe it was the private investigator here. But ended up turning out that you weren't what they claimed you to be. You're not some terrible monster who left them out in the cold. You're just somebody here with some common sense and dignity. And maybe this private investigator warned them, like, yo, I've seen everything that you've done, because not only did I investigate them and I found that they didn't do what you said that they did, but that maybe told this private investigator, you know what, let me focus my attention on you. And maybe the private investigator even told this person, gave them the warning, yo, do the right thing, come clean, or stop what you're doing, or I'm going to go forward, or I'm going to come forward. And that's exactly probably what they did. And now these people are feeling highly overwhelmed with the fact that you're going to move forward, that you're not getting the judgment that they thought you deserved with this judgment in the reverse, and that now you're being given options. All those opportunities are unlocking for you now. Because of your value, because of your worth. You didn't give up. This all has to do with your character. Your character is shining through. You're a person of their word. Of your word. Justice. Amen to that. Justice is here. And victory. Justice, victory, success, the one that they try to deny you, the high honor they try to take away from you. They didn't want you to be too big for your bridges. Isn't that what they say? All because of choices. This all has to do with choices. This is about choices and consequences to those choices. That's what the Two of Pentacles is. Is choose wisely. Think about your choices and the consequences here, because everything has an aftershock. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. This is justice. This is the law stepping in. Maybe they're being handed evidence here that's going to be incriminating somebody. I mean, this person wants to have multiple partners. Don't drop the soap. I just want to know my attitude during this reading. It's not my attitude. It's whoever the hell I'm reading for. Because I feel like I was totally fine. I was happy. I was perky. I was playing with my cats. But whoever I'm reading for, I feel like you're very snarky, very sassy. Like, not in a bad, mean, malicious way, but you're also not the type of person that's going to buy into anybody's shit. I don't know, you feel like a good time. You're definitely someone I would grab drinks with. We have the Moon reversed and the Five of Cups. Their illusion, their projections, their lies, it's all come crumbling down. And now they can go cry like a little baby. Cry like a little baby. Because they were focusing on their losses anyway. They were focusing, that's what these people do. They focus on the things that they don't have instead of looking at the things that they do have. They're very ungrateful. Very ungrateful, very unappreciative. The Tower reversed, the King of Swords reversed. It's not a matter of when. It's not a matter of if the tower is going to fall. It's a matter of when that tower is going to fall. It's going to fall. To this King of Swords, Queen of Swords in the reverse energy. I don't know, maybe this is a whole couple that worked against you, right? And they got a whole bunch of other males involved, and meanwhile, that couple who went against you, they're not even committed to each other. They can't even commit to each other. But they can commit against one enemy, which has been you. Them and their friends, right? Which is just the same trash that they are. Hermit reverse and Temperance. Things will equal out. Things will balance out. Things will be reconciled. There will be some forward movement here. All because people don't want to take a good hard look at themselves. I feel like these people have put you under some trials and tribulations here. Especially with that Hermit card where you have done a lot of inner healing, re-healing, like re-healing. Like, you know what I mean? You have done the inner work to the point where you have ascended far past probably what you were even contracted to do on this trip around the sun than what you actually signed up for this time around. I'm definitely not speaking to a new soul. I'm speaking to an older soul. We have the Knight of Wands. Action is about to be taken. It's already in motion. This is already in motion. Their House of Cards is about to come tumbling down. This illusion, these projections, these lies, their false loyalty. These are people who even try to act like they had the best interest in sight for you. Right? But they don't tell, it's very interesting. The people who run their mouths, they're always quick to cast blame, judgment, and shame on the collective, but they never talk about the things that they also did. Why is that? Why is that? Oh, 33:44 on the timer. Ooh. Universe, tell us more. Oh, something's flipped over. They're in their head. They're overthinking, stressed, overanalyzing. They're overanalyzing every single thing that you're doing. They're thinking that what you're doing is coming after them. Meanwhile, you could probably give two shits. I don't know. If you're anything like me, I'm a Virgo. The moment that we're done, we're done. We're done. We're done. Literally, you are dead to me. I will act like you don't exist. But Virgos, we give more than enough chances for people to correct their shit. But when we're done, we are done. Now these people are all in their head. Why? Because they hate your happiness. They hate that you found happiness without them, that you found happiness within you, that people who want to force their way onto you. No, nothing should be forced. You shouldn't be forced into something. That's not love. That's not being genuine. Universe, tell us more. See, the thing is that you use your discernment when dealing with this shit show, with all this fuckery. You've used your discernment when dealing with this fuckery. And they were probably calling you a smartass. Oh, Collective, such a smartass. But how smart are these people if they think that what you're doing after you left has anything to do with them? Again, you're just focused on you. That's all you've ever wanted, was your time and attention back. Scarcity tactics and a bad reputation. These people have a bad reputation, and they're haunted. They're haunted by what they did to you, but yet they don't want to admit that what they did was wrong. They don't want to take any accountability. They don't like the fact that they're getting side effects. These people could even think that you're attacking them. Like I said, they think that what you're doing is in retaliation to what they've been doing to you, but it's in all actuality just their judgment. It's just their karma. Maybe these people don't believe in that. Keep thinking that the Collective is attacking you. Keep thinking it. And you will manifest that reality with your own delusion. These people could have even been doing and talking all this shit in order for you to have a bad reputation as a scarcity tactic here. Like controlled opposition in a way to try and get you back. Here you are, you're unbothered. You're like, whatever, say whatever the hell you want about me. You want to say I'm a whore? Fine, I'm a whore. I had an orgy at my house last week, right? I'm a crackhead, sure. I go down to the corner every day at 2:27 p.m. to go pick up my crack, right? They're pissed that you're ignoring them, that nothing seems to work on you. Let people believe what they want to believe. You know your truth. These people have a hurt ego. Their ego's getting in the way of their own relationships here. And you're ignoring them, and you're unbothered, and you're like, yeah, whatever. I'll just sit here and soak up the sun. I'll float on my little raft. Or is that a boat? I don't even know. I could be part of a boat. I don't know. I've never been on a boat. I wouldn't know. That looks fun, though. And here you are just ignoring them. You're like, whatever, I'm living my best life. Because you're unbothered. Because you're at peace with yourself. Universe. Somebody here is definitely trying to get... There's the binocular dude trying to get information on you, trying to stalk you, wanting to rope you into a fight, to start an argument. Somebody could have been trying to even, like, physically accost you. Accost. I don't even use that word. Trying to physically accost you. They're at war. They're competing because you're hustling. Because you're making something of yourself. For some of you, you should have received this high honor a long time ago. You should have received this high honor a long time ago. You should have tapped into your spiritual inheritance a long time ago. But the reason why you haven't is because of these fuck faces, of these twats. I don't even know if this reading is going to be allowed to be put up. And now they're crying over you. These twat waffles are crying over you. And they're talking shit. So what, are they talking shit while they're crying? Are they ugly crying? Is that what that is? They're ugly crying? Oh, please help me. I didn't mean it. Oh, please. They were hooked. They were hooked on what it is that they were doing. On stalking you? On watching? Being very highly obsessed? Because you told them no? Because they're a creep? You didn't want to be roped into a love triangle? You didn't want to accept their dirty offer? Go wash your hands, sir or ma'am. Or madam. Whatever you want to be called. I don't know, with all that swinger shit, maybe this is a group of men that sell their wives and their girlfriends to people. I don't know. That's even grosser. Wow, I just cut the deck in promiscuous. These are people who sleep around. And again, do you. But own it. That's where your power lies in. It's in your free will. It's in your consent. Don't try to force things onto people that don't vibe with that. Plain and simple. You can't always have what you want to have. Right? Isn't that what you keep saying about the collective? That's why you're blocking their opportunities. Well, the collective can't have everything that they want. All right, but you should? Who the fuck are you? Again, who the fuck are you? I don't care what privilege you think you have. I don't care what title you think you have on this earth. I don't care how much money you think you have. Fuck you. And that's from the collective. There's a recording here. Some kind of announcement, some kind of truth was captured on a recording, whether it's a video recording or a voice note or a voice memo or something like that. A love story. Once upon a time. It's all fairy tale. It's all delusion. Now they're trying to burn the evidence. You understand that most things back up to the cloud nowadays. Universe, tell me more. Their shit is falling apart. Why? Because they need anger management. Go to therapy. That's what they need to do, is go to therapy. Why? Because you're fighting for what you love? You're claiming what's yours? Because you're sticking up for yourself? Because you're defending yourself? Because all you know how to be is you? You're not trying to be anything else. It's time for you to watch shit go down. Grab your popcorn, put that Orville Redenbacher in the microwave, get your shit popping. Throw some butter on it. I just cut the deck. Game over. The game is over. These are people who only know how to put on a show. They're trash. These people are bugaboos. They use people for what they have. They're opportunists. They're opportunists. So they put on this grand show to make you feel like you're the enemy, that you're the whore, that you are undeserving of what honor, whatever high honor that you have or that you're going to be receiving. They didn't want you to succeed. So they put on this show here, put on a united front of collective's victims, right? Well, this is how they made me feel. Okay, maybe you should work through those feelings and figure out why you feel that way. Like I said, go to therapy. The game is over. Okay, baby. I think my cat's in heat. Yeah, I know, honey. We all want a man, but sometimes that doesn't happen. Yep, I know. Trash. The trash is being taken out. It's being thrown away. This is people who even cheat on their own people. Even outside of the people that they bring into their marriage or to their relationship or whatever that is. Whatever that is. You're too emotionally intelligent to fall for their traps. Sometimes the trash will take itself out. Like bottom of the barrel trash. Universe, give me one more. All their plans are falling apart. The bad reputation that they built for themselves, excuse me, is now theirs to hold. It's now theirs to maintain. That's why they're all in their head. They know about some kind of recording. I just also heard, like, maybe there was, like, some type of recording they were trying to use against you, right? But they only used a certain clip, a certain portion of it, to try and incriminate you in some kind of way. But what they didn't know was that maybe the other people were going to ask, or, I don't know, get the full footage, or get the full thing. They hate nothing about you. Sure. Sure. Sure they do. Because if they actually did, they wouldn't do any of this. Universe, give us one more, please. Sexual protection. You have been protected sexually. You already know the tea. You already knew the tea, that somebody here is trying to keep a promise, or maybe the police here is keeping the promise. This investigator, the police is definitely hot on somebody's ass. That's been popping up here for the past 2 or 3 weeks now. There's a whole corrupt, I don't know, sex ring is what it feels like that is going down. And now they're all in their feelings. They're all in their feelings because you're sexually protected, that you want nothing to do with their slimy ass. I mean, they're trash. Maybe somebody here needs to take a shower. That's gross. Bathe, people. Bathe. Somebody here who's total drama. Yeah, they're putting on a show. Action. Action. Your emotional intelligence saves you. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear where they went wrong. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to take accountability. They refuse to go get help. Justice is here. Somebody has the tea. Somebody has all the information. Somebody did not do a good job at trying to cover up their tracks. No, because they weren't thinking about that. Because when you get so angry, and obviously you're under some kind of influence here, right? You're not thinking clearly. And when you're not thinking clearly, you make piss poor decisions. Justice is going in your favor. Whatever was taken is being restored. You're receiving some kind of high honor. Whatever they did, they ended up only having the opposite effect, because I feel like this is only going to bring you positive news and positive attention. Like, maybe you started a business and they were trying to take your business down, but at the end of all this, at the end of this, them trying to build up this bad reputation for you, it had the opposite effect. It definitely brought you attention, but in a different way. Be careful who you try to make a victim. Universe. What doors are available to the collective at this time? The door of ancestors. Legacy, roots, wisdom, connection, and guidance. You're highly protected at this time. Your ancestors are working with you. They're definitely by your side. They're definitely protecting you. They're definitely guiding you. Reach out to them. Ask them to manifest in your dreams, to give you signs, to give you signals. For those of you who, I mean, it's impossible to know all of your ancestors, but the ones that you were close to that may have already passed on, right? What were their favorite meal? Have their favorite meal. Have, if they like coffee, have a coffee in their honor, right? Light a candle in their honor, a prayer candle. They're definitely by your side. If something here has been happening in the spiritual realm, they definitely have come to your defense. I don't know, maybe they're Wow, we did have the haunted. Maybe they're haunting your enemies. Your ancestors could be literally haunting them, creating some kind of supernatural occurrence. The door of healing. Recovery, restoration, renewal, rehabilitation, and comfort. You're about to be renewed. You're about to recover what was taken from you. Universe, give us one more. Thank you. The door of prosperity, success, affluence, abundance, fortune. You are definitely going to be flourishing and thriving. Your ancestors are going to make sure of it. And the door of serenity, peace, tranquility, calmness, stillness, quietness, and harmony. Things are finally being put back into harmony. You are receiving prosperity. Your ancestors are definitely here kicking some ass. They're taking names and kicking ass. Going after each and every single one of them. Even the people that knew and didn't speak up. You are just as complicit. You are just as complicit. Universe, please give us an affirmation to close out this reading. We have power. I think this one came out the other day too. I am strong, I am grounded, I am powerful. I am like a cross between a dinosaur and a tank, but not a tank that is used for war. I am like a peaceful, loving dino tank who feels so strong it doesn't need to do anything but be. You don't have to do anything but be. That's how powerful you are. Because you're grounded. You're powerful. Because you have your ancestors by your side. Like I said, this is not your first trip around this sun. And you didn't open up your body to outside influence. You just connected with the divine that's already within you. Universe, please give us a final message for the collective. You know what I'm also getting with that men? Like, maybe they don't like the fact that, I don't know, maybe they had to do tricks, right? They had to sell themselves in some kind of way in order to get what they wanted. You know what I mean? They had to do a little of that, or whatever the hell they do in order to get what they want. And they're mad that you don't have to do that. Universe, please give me a final message for the collective. Thank you, Universe. We have determination, number 21. Feel secure in your being. The dynamics of this lifetime can be complicated. There really does not exist in this earthly dimension an environment that is free of trauma, blockages, and lessons. The color red is the color of the first chakra, referred to as the root or base chakra. The root chakra is associated with keeping life exciting and sustainable. It is associated with trusting, belonging, and accepting. When you feel lost or insecure, you lose energy due to the fear these feelings bring up. When the root chakra energy is in balance, you are centered, grounded, healthy, and vibrant. The unlimited physical energy... you are grounded, healthy, vibrant, with unlimited physical energy. You love your body and love to use it and take care of it. You love your body and love to use it and take care of it. These people don't. You feel secure in your life and display good common sense. You display good common sense. You're emotionally intelligent. Work with Ganesha to create a sense of feeling rooted in order to lift away any heaviness you might be feeling. Focus your attention on the color red and allow yourself to feel joy. energy and creativity coming back into your life. Red symbolizes love and happiness. It is said to encourage action and confidence, and provides a sense of protection from fears and anxiety. Remain positive and open to possibilities. Doing this will strengthen the root chakra and create stability and inner strength. These people were trying to rob you of your determination. These people could have been trying to leech themselves by what they were saying onto your root chakra. Bunch of energy vampires about to be staked at the heart. And yet here you are, you still rise. The power is still yours, and the honor is all yours too. That is what I have for y'all today. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.